the three unities, the classical ideas, the form of tragedy. Without having three unities, you know that tragedy cannot be reformed. Whenever we have read poetics written by Aristotle, we have got the first time in details what three unities is. Do you recall in your memory what three unities is actually? Time, place, and action. So, three unities of drama means unit of time, unit of place, and unit of action. So, what is the classical idea? The unity of action. A play should have one main action that pulls within subplots. We got the idea? We have got the idea from Aristotle in poetics. He says that there must be plot means arrangement of the incidents. Arrangement of the incidents. Okay. So, single idea which is entered by each and every incidents. But you know, in modern period, the ideas have been changed. Later on we will discuss it. The unit of place. A place should cover a single physical space and should not attempt to compress geographically, nor should the stage represent more than one place. In King Oedipus, how many places we have been introduced? Only a single place. There are some places are also mentioned, but that are flashback or verbally they are presented, but they are not physically presented, shown on the stage. A single place must be shown. That is called unity of place. In Riders to the Sea, how many places we have seen? Only a single place. Incidents happened in the kitchen room of Mori, or just outside of the door side of the kitchen when Batley's dead body is carried. It indicates that each and every incident happened in a single place. So on a stage, we have seen how many places are there? Only a single place. Next one, unit of time. In Poetics, chapter 5, Aristotle says that each and every incident or the whole incidents must be happening within single revolution of the sun, or to be slightly exceeded. It suggests that each and everything must happen within single revolution of the sun. Means there are two opinions. First opinion is that 24 hours may cover in a drama, in a tragedy. That is called unit of time. There are another opinion that is from dawn to dusk, sunrise to sunset. So whatever you can say, unit of time is important according to classical ideas. These are called the classical ideas.
So classical ideas for test.
Unit of time in details, we can say that unit of time limits the supposed action to the duration roughly of a single day. Unit of place limits it to one general locality, and the unity of action limits it to a single set of incidents which are related as cause and effect, having a beginning, a middle, and end. To be a unity of action, there should have three things already we have mentioned. There must have a beginning, a middle, and end. Basically, he assumed that the observance of unity of place would be the practice of good playwright, since the chorus was present during the whole performance, and it would indeed be arrogant always to devise and accuses of moving 15% about from place to place. So place to place, as a result, the role of the chorus has been reduced. And why? To maintain the unity of place. Unity of place means all the incidents or unity of action and unity of time must happen in a single place. You cannot show up how many places, more than one places on the stage. And if it is needed, you can verbally present them or you can flashback. Then unit of action already mentioned. This is the third unity. The action is bound up with the nature not only of Greek but of all drama. Regarding the unity of action, there is no controversial. Unity of place and unity of place and unity of action. Okay. So the unity of action in Oedipus Kings, you see, it's a diagram. Plague and Prometheus of Oedipus. This is the background. It started and gradually raises. First one, what? Oracle. Oracle says that. But when the oracle says something else, we haven't listened to it. It is not presented on the stage. This is the flashback. And second one is Oedipus puts cards or murderers of layers. This is the oracles. It is not presented on the stage. Then Tiresias accuses of Oedipus. Tiresias accuses Oedipus. It is not also presented on the stage. We haven't seen it. It is a flashback or through the oral conversation we know it. Okay. Then Oedipus and Creon quarrels. Oedipus and Creon quarrels. Gradually you have seen that the action rises, moves, and Jocasta tells a story of murders of layers, mentions of 3 roads, makes Oedipus suspicious. They send for herdsman, and finally what? Peripetia and climax is there. What is the climax? You have seen that. The stories of herdsman and messenger. Whenever these two people gathered there, the whole things is recovered, revealed, discloses to them. So this is the climax. The excitement, highest excitement. Whenever the excitement ends, starts anticlimax. You will follow the incidents. So what is the false? Reporting of Jocasta's suicide and Oedipus' self-blinding. It was not shown where on the stage, but it is reported. Someone carries the message on the stage that Jocasta, she commits suicide herself, and Oedipus, he himself blinds himself. Okay. So rise and fall, climax and anti-climax. We have seen that. So there is a beginning, there is a middle, there is an end, and each and every incident happens within 24 hours and within a single place, and it is a what? It is centered by a single idea, single action. That's why here means in the King Oedipus text we see that it is strictly maintained. It is strictly maintained 3 unities, classical ideas, 3 similarities, where writers of C strictly follows the 3 unities: unit of action, unit of time, and unit of place. Is it clear? Then, according to Dryden's view, he says that unit of action strictly should be followed. There is no alternative. But there can have some subplots. Those subplots are relevant, acceptable, which are relevant to the main plot, and which can assist, help to proceed the main plot. Without helping the subplot, whenever you cannot run. So whenever you are moving in a circle, there is no development. Whenever there is on battlefield, which I have already mentioned, in castle, then England, unity of place.
Sir,
Is it? Here he violates the unity of place. How many places he has shown in Macbeth? 3 places. Whenever you shift from battlefield to the castle to England, you need time to visit there, to reach there. So unity of time automatically breaks whenever you are shifting one place to another place. Please your question.
Sir, এই জায়গাটা কি শেক্সপিয়ারকে ওরা
So they are supporting. Samuel Johnson and Dryden supports the violation of the unity of place and unity of time. But all of them give the same opinion regarding having the unity of action. Is it clear? There is no doubt.
Sir,
According to Aristotle or classical ideas, there should have 3 unities, and it is strictly followed. But according to Dryden and Samuel Johnson, it is not necessary to maintain unit of place and unit of time, but it is necessary to follow the unit of action. How? There may have some subplots, but it should be closely relevant with the main plot. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Next, another thing in Romeo and Juliet, what we say, take places over the course of several days, even or even longer. It is violation of unity of time. Hamlet, he waits months after months, days after days, to know, to be sure who is the real killer, whether he should believe blindly or without justification the message of the ghost. He is very much confused. That's why he says that to be or not to be, that is a question. Whenever he expresses the dilemma, to remove his dilemma, he takes much time. Next, in King Lear, complex subplots, unity of action is violated to some extent, but mostly we see that in King Lear there is a subplot. Subplot, how similar activities we see that in another plot. It's a parallel plots. We see that there are 2 plots going equally. Why? To make a comparison. Which one is the best? You know that if there is no day, you cannot get the meaning of night. So opposite must have there. Parallelism is there. Whenever you want to compare it, you want to discover which one is the best. So it indicates in the modern people, in the modern dramatists, critics agree that violation is necessary to some extent. So any question from your side?
ওরা Samuel Johnson and